Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, and today we're going to uncrate the Leatt 8.5 Moto helmet. Leatt is actually a South African company founded by Dr. Leatt. Apparently, Dr. Leatt was at his son's motocross race when he witnessed a severe spinal injury take place right in front of him, and since then he vowed to make safety equipment to prevent such injuries. That, of course, was the first Leatt neck brace. They were the ones that popularized that. Since then, they've been in business well over a decade. Since then, they've come out with a whole suite of moto products from head to toe, helmets, boots, apparel, you name it. Their moto helmets have been very popular, especially with the enduro crowd, because they are very lightweight and they ventilate excellent. They're also packed with all the latest safety equipment, some of it proprietary, some of it not. We're going to break that all down for you right now. Again, this is the 8.5. It's built on their premier chassis. They have two. They have their entry-level helmet, the 3.5, that's its own thing. And then they have the 7.5, 8.5, and 9.5, all built on the same chassis, so to speak, or same mold with the similar features. Main difference is polycarbonate for 7.5. The 8.5 is a fiberglass composite, and the 9.5 is carbon fiber. About 3 ounces separates each one, so we have a video on the 7.5. That guy weighs 3 pounds 2 ounces. This helmet in a size medium weighed here in-house was 2 pounds 14 ounces, a little heavier than their claimed weight, but still very lightweight. Anything under 3 pounds, you're going to pick it up and go, wow, that is crazy light. The carbon fiber is another 3 ounces lighter. Composite cost is going to run you about $450, pretty reasonable for a higher end helmet, and they only charge an extra $100 for the full carbon fiber. Leatt, in their premium helmets, the 7.5, 8.5, and 9.5, they all include, they call them kits because they're going to include a goggle free of charge. In the 8.5, you're going to get their 5.5 goggle, and they do usually come to match the helmet, whatever flavor helmet you're getting, they're trying to match that. 5.5 goggle is a high quality goggle. It's triple foam, nice and comfortable. It's got the extended arms on the side so it fits the helmet better, and it's got the silicone strip, anti-fog, easy lens changes. So when you're talking about spending $450 on a helmet, they're going to include a $80 set of goggles. Not a bad deal. Also in the box, in the 8.5 and the 9.5, you're getting a deluxe carrying case. Okay, not just a sock. Pretty nice case here, vented case. And of course, this beautiful helmet. The helmet runs true to size. Stick to the sizing chart. It comes in 3 shell sizes. So more shell sizes are better because you're not wearing too much helmet on your head. Premium helmets should have at least 3 shell sizes. They do here. And remember, with the Speed Addicts guarantee, free exchanges and returns as long as the helmet's still new. In case you have issues with fitment, we'll take care of you there. Let's dive in and see what they've cooked up here in the Leatt 8.5. First thing, they're always thinking safety. So the visor is part of the safety system in that it is a breakaway visor. I'll pull this so you can see what I'm talking about. There's no screw here. This is just a snap fitting. And so the idea is if you take a header, this shears off nice and easy and does not yank or pull your neck in a bad direction. The downside of this snap away system is that it is fixed. There's no adjustment. Oops. There we go. So for each measure, there is a countermeasure. The countermeasure for this guy is a visor extender. So they include that in the box, and you can get a little more sun protection there. But the nice thing about some of these snap-away visors is if you catch a branch, a lot of times it doesn't break it. So other companies usually use screws, and they count on those screws actually breaking. That usually requires a little bit more force. So sometimes you can get away with not breaking your shield or your visor. Next up, one of the main reasons people want this helmet is because of all the ventilation. I'm going to show you a few of the exhaust ports. These big windows, these are not just for looks. The EPS has channels all the way through here. When you hold this helmet up to the light outside, light just pours into this thing because of how much ventilation it has. A lot of people, a lot of other brands will put kind of cool looking cutouts and windows on the top of the helmet, and then when you look inside, it's just blocked off by the EPS liner. Okay, so you got that, and then up in the front, you got lots of ventilation above the brow. This blows directly into your goggles, this brow vent. So underneath here, if you can see that, that's a goggle blower. Down in the chin bar, we've got the biggest chin bar vent I've seen to date, and you can see that's a true window cut in there. So this helmet, that combined with this giant eye port, you're just going to blow lots of hot air out of this helmet, cool air in. The other thing you're going to notice is that they designed these helmets to be neck brace compatible and provide as much movement as possible. Other helmets will say they're neck brace compatible, and that they are, but what they've done in the Leatt is they've made sure not to have any in the chin bar. They don't have anything hanging down here. A lot of other models or manufacturers will kind of have more of a rounded bottom edge, and what that does is it's going to hit that chin or that neck brace and just not be as mobile. So the cut on this, they really focused on the neck brace compatibility. Let's flip this over and see what else we're getting inside. So number one, hydration system compatible. That's piped in through the back. You know, it's coming off your backpack, and then it's got a little hanger for the bite valve on this inside lip. Typical double D ring closure. It's got an X-static. Well, you got emergency release cheek pads. Those are meant in case of an accident. EMS has to remove the helmet off your head. It's a lot easier and safer to do with the cheek pads out of the way. The whole helmet will come off your head easier. The liner on this is a little bit more plush, I noticed, than the 7.5. Slightly different material. They're both X-static, which means they are antimicrobial, anti-stink, anti-funk. So between washes, they hold up better. I did notice they have a real pronounced lip. And the entry is a little tight out of the box, so be aware. This low density foam tends to break in pretty well over time, so account for about 10% of more room after break-in. Let's pull this bottom cheek pad out of the way so we can show you what's going on. Another thing that's different on the 8.5 is they've finished off this front EPP foam with like another material. It just looks a little more finished, I've noticed. Okay, so one interesting thing, is Leatt's proprietary 360 turbine system, and what that is meant to do is to absorb angular momentum and keep that from transferring to your brain. Other companies a lot of them are licensing that sort of technology from MIPS. Others have their own proprietary solution like 6D or Fly's Rheon technology. Leatt has 360 turbine technology. We'll splice in some cool graphics so you can see what that looks like in action, but that is what those little blue pucks are here. So what those do is they smush and absorb energy depending on which direction you hit. And an added benefit is it actually keeps your helmet or your head separated from the EPS liner a little bit, and it really lets air flow through this liner a lot better. You can see those little cutouts for the turbine pucks. This also has some elastic and built into this liner, so it kind of has a nice stretchy fit when it's on your head. That's something that the 7.5 does not have, these little plastic panels built in, so it gives you a nice firm fit inside. You also notice in here you see these channels in the foam. It's going to help airflow, and then some of these channels are actually for the Eject System. That's that logo in the back. Eject System is sold separately. That just means the helmet is compatible with it. The Eject System is an air bladder that is purchased and installed, and then it has a little valve that fits outside of the helmet. In case you're in an accident, that's another thing that allows EMS to get the helmet off your head easier. They inflate that and it actually pushes the helmet off instead of someone trying to wiggle that off your head. The EPS foam is quadruple density. That's about 1 or 2 densities more than I typically see in a shell. But the whole idea is that instead of using one sort of firmness of the EPS crash liner, they're sandwiching in 4 different densities. And those perform differently in different energy scenarios. So some of that foam is meant to work in a lower energy impact, while others are stiffer and better in a higher energy impact. And one thing about Leatt is that they actually show their work. So if you head over to Leatt's website, you can see testing stats and documents on all of their products. This is not something anyone else in the industry does. So Leatt is founded by a doctor, and they like to show their homework. So go over and check that out when you have a chance. They stand behind this with a 1-year warranty. I think that's a little light, to be honest. Usually we like to see at least 2 years. But to be fair, we haven't really seen a lot of warranty issues on Leatt products in general. Head over to speedaddicts.com to pick up your Leatt 8.5 today. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.